140 बच्चे ऐसे हैं जिन्होंने इंजीनियरिंग सर्विसेज के लिए ऑप्ट किया है और जो आज यहाँ प्रेजेंट रहेंगे। तो मैं ये चाहूँगा कि ये अपॉर्चुनिटी हमारे बच्चे पूरी तरीके से इस्तेमाल करें और इस अपॉर्चुनिटी के थ्रू बहुत सी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो कि हमें लगता है कि बहुत मुश्किल हैं, लेकिन इंशाल्लाह बहुत आसान होंगी ये सारी चीज़ें और अल्लाह ताला बहुत कामयाबी भी अता करेगा। लेकिन थोड़ी सी हमें अपनी तरफ से कोशिश करने की ज़रूरत है। ज़रा सी कोशिश हम कर लेंगे तो अच्छे आगे निकल भी जाएंगे और हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी का नाम भी बहुत ज़्यादा होगा। मैं इस बात को देख के आज मुझे एहसास हुआ कि कोई 20 साल पहले जब मैंने ट्रेनिंग एंड प्लेसमेंट ऑफिस का चार्ज लिया जाकिर हुसैन कॉलेज ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग एंड टेक्नोलॉजी में, तो उस वक्त हालत ये थी कि यहाँ कोई कंपनी नहीं आती थी और बच्चों ने मुझे जिस दिन मैंने चार्ज लिया मुझे आके कहा कि सर आप यहाँ पे कंपनियां लाइए और यहाँ पे हम लोगों के लिए जो है कंपनियां नहीं आती हैं और हमारी प्लेसमेंट नहीं होते हैं। तो मैंने कहा ठीक है हम जरूर करेंगे, और लेकिन इसमें हमें आप लोगों की मदद की जरूरत है और आप लोग आइए हमारे साथ बैठिए और हम कंपनीज को आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे और कॉल करेंगे। कोई भी बच्चा जो था वो नजर नहीं आया। फिर उसके बाद में फिर मैंने 2-3 दिन बाद एक को पकड़ा, मैंने कहा भाई क्या बात है, आप लोगों से मैंने रिक्वेस्ट की थी, आप लोग आइए कुछ मदद कीजिए। तो उसमें से एक ने कहा मुझसे आके कि सर हमें लगता है कि ये एक्सरसाइज जो है कोई बहुत फ्रूटफुल एक्सरसाइज नहीं है जो आप कह रहे हैं, इसमें टाइम का वेस्टेज बहुत है और इसमें कोई बहुत ज्यादा हमें फायदा नहीं नजर आ रहा है। तो मैंने कहा वो किस तरह से? तो कह रहे लड़कों का ख्याल ये है कि यहाँ कोई कंपनी आएगी और आएगी तो क्या वो हमें लेगी यहाँ पे। तो मैंने कहा देखिए ऐसा है कि हम हमें ये चाहिए कि कंपनी को हम कोशिश करें कि अपना काम करें। आप एज ए स्टूडेंट आप अपना काम कीजिए, अपनी तैयारी कीजिए। मैं एज ए ट्रेनिंग एंड प्लेसमेंट ऑफिसर कंपनी को लाऊंगा, मैं अपना काम करूंगा और मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि जब आप लोग जो है जब कंपनी आएगी वो अपना काम करेगी और इंशाल्लाह जब ये तीनों अपना अपना काम करेंगे तो इंशाल्लाह रिजल्ट आएगा। और अल्लाह का शुक्र है कि इन अगले 3-4 साल के अंदर हालत ये हो गई थी कि हर लड़के के पास में 3-4 जॉब्स होते थे। 300% प्लेसमेंट हो गया था और कंपनीज का फ्लो जो था ऐसे हो गया था कि हर कंपनी मुझसे फाइट करती थी कि सर हमें आप डे वन दीजिए, हमें आप डे वन दीजिए। तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि आज हम फिर वहीं खड़े हुए हैं। एक तो हमने वहां तो सक्सेस हासिल कर ली थी, लेकिन अब जो है हमारा नया जो सक्सेस फील्ड है वो ये है कि आईएएस और आईईएस में भी कामयाबी हासिल करें। और उसके लिए जो है ये एक नई बिगिनिंग होगी हमारे यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए और कॉलेज के लिए। तो मैंने अपने यहाँ जो है पहले तो मैं बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँगा हमारे आसिफ जहाँ साहब का, जो हमारे एलुमनस हैं, इनकी खास तौर से इनकी बहुत ज़बरदस्त किस्म का ये क्या कहते हैं कंट्रीब्यूशन है। इन्होंने बहुत ज़्यादा मुझे मोटिवेट किया इस काम के लिए और मैं समझता हूँ कि ये उन्हीं की बदौलत है कि हम आज इस पोजीशन तक पहुँच सके। इसके बाद में मैंने अपने यंगर कोलीग मोहम्मद जैद का भी मैं शुक्र अदा करूंगा। और इनको मैंने 10-20 दिन पहले बुलाया था अपने पास में, मैंने कहा था कि देखिए जैद तुम्हें करना है और बिल्कुल दीवानगी की हद तक करना है इसको। और मैं बहुत खुश हूँ कि आज जैद ने जो है ये सब काम जो है करके और एक तरीके से ये प्रोग्राम 20 दिन 25 दिन के अंदर अंदर इसको मटेरियलाइज कर दिया है। तो अगर हम इस तरह से चलेंगे तो इंशाल्लाह सक्सेस हमारे लिए यकीनी है। तो ये बात इनकी जैद साहब की हुई। और इधर हमारे इमरान सलीम साहब जो अब आरसीए के डायरेक्टर हैं वो भी पूरी कोशिश कर रहे हैं और इंशाल्लाह मुझे उम्मीद है कि हमारे क्या कहते हैं आरसीए में भी जो है जो इनकी एफर्ट्स होंगी, ये सब मिलके जब हम सब लोग काम करेंगे और तो वी विल डेफिनेटली गेट मोर एंड मोर सक्सेस। फारूकी साहब की गाइडेंस, फारूकी साहब की सरपरस्ती जो है वो हम लोगों के लिए सबसे ज़्यादा मीनिंगफुल होगी। और आपकी तरफ से जब हमें जो इनपुट्स मिलेंगे मुझे लगता है कि हमारे बच्चे जो हैं उसको पूरी तरीके से इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकेंगे और इंशाल्लाह उनको जो है इसमें कामयाबी हासिल होगी। तो क्या कहते हैं हमें ये उम्मीद है कि जो आपने इस वक्त टॉपिक चूज किया है, हाउ टू सक्सीड इन सिविल सर्विसेज एग्जामिनेशंस, तो ये बहुत ही टाइमली टॉपिक है और बहुत ज़्यादा इसमें इंफॉर्मेशन गैप बहुत है। लड़कों को इसके बारे में बहुत ज़्यादा इल्म नहीं है और वो आप जब आज इनको बताएंगे तो हो सकता है कि लड़कों को ये लगे कि ये तो बड़ा आसान काम था। हम तो बड़े आराम से कर सकते हैं ये। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि एक तरीके से मोटिवेशन भी आएगा, और उम्मीद यह है कि वी विल गेट बेटर रिजल्ट्स। तो मैं फिर एक बार फारूकी साहब का खास तौर से बहुत बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि आपने इतनी जहमत की, और आप हमारे साथ में, मुझे मुझे पता चला है कि आप हमें ज्वाइन भी करने वाले हैं एज ए विजिटिंग प्रोफेसर, और वी वेलकम यू बिफोर हैंड। और क्या कहते हैं, मैं चाहूंगा कि इमरान सलीम साहब अगर तशरीफ ले आए हो, तो इमरान सलीम साहब भी कुछ बोलना चाह रहे थे, मुझसे कह रहे थे कि मैं भी कुछ बोलना चाहूंगा। तो अगर इमरान सलीम साहब आ गए हैं तो फिर वो भी अपना कुछ बात करना चाहते थे। तो
सो इमरान साहब की आईएम्स की क्लासेस हैं, तो 5:45 पे ज्वाइन करेंगे।
अच्छा, तो ठीक है, जब वो आ जाएंगे तो उसके बाद में किसी वक्त जब जब भी मौका
हाँ
लगे तो उनको जो है आप उनसे कहलवा दिए। मुझसे कह रहे थे कि मैं भी एक 5-10 मिनट के लिए, 5 मिनट के लिए
हाँ
आरसीए
हाँ
के बारे में बताना चाहूंगा।
हाँ हाँ, वो
अच्छा, एक चीज और मैं बताना चाहूंगा आप लोगों
सुफियान
को
साहब
कि
भी ज्वाइन
आरसीए,
करेंगे सर 5:45
जी
पे।
जी, ये
सुफियान
आरसीए
देव
मेरे मेरे दिल के बहुत करीब है, क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली इसका प्रपोजल मैंने ही भेजा था आरसीए का। और जिस जमाने में इसकी मीटिंग हुई थी, आरपी अग्रवाल साहब सेक्रेटरी एजुकेशन थे, उन्होंने कॉल की थी, और मैं और प्रोफेसर पीके अब्दुल अजीज साहब गए थे यहाँ से, और जामिया से भी लोग आए थे, और उन्होंने कहा था कि हमें एक रेजिडेंशियल कोचिंग एकेडमी देना चाहते हैं, जो कि ये क्या कहते हैं, शेड्यूल ट्राइब, माइनॉरिटीज, ओबीसी के लिए जो है वो केटर करेगी। तो ये उन्होंने उस वक्त कहा था, तो उसका प्रपोजल मेरे ही हाथ से बनाया हुआ था, और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आज ये बहुत अच्छा एक बड़ा सेंटर बन के उभर रहा है। और इंशाल्लाह इसमें से बहुत से बच्चे ऐसे निकलेंगे जो कि बहुत नाम रोशन करेंगे हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी का। तो क्या कहते हैं, मैं चाहूँगा कि अपनी तरफ से ये सब रोक के मैं फारूकी साहब की रिक्वेस्ट करूँगा कि आप जो हैं हमारे बच्चों को एड्रेस करें, हमें आप बताएं कि किस तरह से।
ऑफिशियली विल स्टार्ट एट 5:30 सर। अभी इनफॉर्मल
हाँ हाँ,
डिस्कशन है, तो
अच्छा अच्छा,
कुछ बात
हाँ हाँ,
कहना चाहते हैं, सर
ठीक
ने
ठीक
रिक्वेस्ट
है,
की।
ठीक। तो
फारूकी
तो
साहब
जी
जी।
फारूक साहब।
अच्छा, नहीं तो अभी तो वो अभी क्या मैं शुरू करूं कि अभी 5:30 बजे से करना? अभी तो 5:27 हुआ है।
हाँ, 1-2 मिनट बाकी है।
1-2 मिनट बाकी। मगर मैं एक चीज जरूर कह दूं, मैं दोबारा भी कहूंगा कि प्रोफेसर परवेज मुस्तजाब साहब की बात सुन के मुझे एक तो ये कि बहुत खुशी भी हुई, और मुझे ये लगा कि गॉड विलिंग दिस इज अ वेरी गुड बिगिनिंग दैट यू आर इन्वॉल्व विद दिस आल्सो, बिकॉज आपने जैसे कहा कि आपने कैंपस रिक्रूटमेंट में इनिशिएटिव लिया, और ये आरसीए के एस्टेब्लिशमेंट में लिया, और अब ये एक मुझे तो देखिए लगता है कि बहुत गजब का पोटेंशियल है अलीगढ़ यूनिवर्सिटी में। और अभी जो है ये हम लोगों ने वो टिप ऑफ द आइसबर्ग भी नहीं टच किया है। तो और ये होगा, इसमें किसी एक आदमी का रोल नहीं है, ये होगा तो ये इन बच्चों की वजह से होगा, बिकॉज only with these kids, and that's what I hope that we have to somehow
मोटिवेट देम।
हाँ मोटिवेट, क्योंकि वो बस वो ये है कि उसको चिंगारी दिखाना है उनमें,
हाँ,
बच्चों को बहुत एपेटाइट होती है टू डू वेल इन लाइफ, सो इट इज जस्ट टू काइंड ऑफ।
So we'll just begin in a minute.
हाँ बिल्कुल।
अभी 5:29 हुआ है, we'll start in a short while. Students are joining. We already have now 53 students. अच्छा, एक चीज अच्छी है सर, इनके लैपटॉप्स पे सब 17 CEB, तो लाइक सिविल इंजीनियरिंग, MEB इज मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग।
अच्छा, वो आ रहा है। हाँ,
ये रोल नंबर्स हैं सर इनके इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज के।
अच्छा, तो ये
गुड थिंग इज लॉट ऑफ गर्ल्स हैव ज्वाइंड, लॉट ऑफ गर्ल्स आर शोइंग इंटरेस्ट, दैट्स वेरी गुड।
मैं तो मतलब इसको कहा, ये तो एक एक्नॉलेज फैक्ट है कि लड़कियां जो हैं वो डेडिकेशन से बहुत काम करती हैं, और एकेडमिक्स में दे जनरली डू वेरी वेल, सो of course, but of course boys also do well, so but it is a good thing that the girls are taking interest.
So now it's 5:30, sir. Parvez sir, you can welcome everybody. Formally, we can start off.
So I would like to welcome all the participants in this program. Particularly, I would like to welcome and thank Professor Farooqi, who is the keynote address speaker. And I would also like to welcome the students who have who have joined over here. And I hope that they will take maximum benefit of the, uh, the talk that Professor Farooqi will give. And I'm sure that after his talk, many of you will be much richer in your ideas and much richer in your resolve to go for the examinations like IAS, civil service examinations. These examinations are very prestigious examinations, and very few people are able to crack them. But I am sure with the potential that we have, I have noticed this potential while I was working as a training and placement officer. You will not believe that initially the students were very slow started, but later on, all the companies univocally was telling that your students are the best. Siemens, for example, always used to tell me that, you see, we don't come to Aligarh by fixing numbers. We first take students from Aligarh, and then the remaining students we distribute all over the country. So that is the kind of potential that our students have got, and just little bit of motivation, little bit of uh, uh, guidance to these students will do wonders in this university. I am dead sure about it. And as far as Mr. Asif Jha is concerned, he is a wonderful person, and he is the main soul, heart and soul behind this all this program at the moment. He has convinced me many times. He came to me, and with great difficulty he organized this program. Thank you, Asif, for doing that. Uh, there is another person whom I contacted about 20 days back, and he has also worked day and night, and ultimately he has also proved his worth. And today this program is possible because he could arrange a large number of students who are going to join for this program. So I won't be taking more time now. I would like to hand over to Professor Farooqi to address the students, and basically we hope that this address will prove out to be a very fruitful interaction for our students. So, Professor Farooqi.
So before you begin, we'll first have a session with Farooqi Saab. Then there'll be question answer session in the last, so students can mute their microphone, we'll unmute when they'll ask questions. So please be patient. Whatever questions you have a person who is most capable in the country to answer all your queries. So Parvez Saab is also there to help you out, how we'll be doing it, how we'll take it forward. This is how we will go about it. In between, Professor Imran Saab will be joining. He'll also address you for few 5-10 minutes. Then Professor Sufyan Beg Saab will also be joining. But keynote speaker MF Farooqi Saab will take all main questions that you will ask, and he'll try to answer them. Thank you, sir.
So should I start?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please, sir.
So first of all, Professor Mustajab Sahab, Dean of Engineering Faculty, and Mr. Asif Jha, who has, I must say that he has really been in many ways a moving force to get this going. And my dear aspirants and students, because you are basically the heart and soul of everything which the university can and will achieve. I think I mean, not that it is important, but I wish to just say a couple of sentences about myself, because sometimes I think that would establish to some extent that I know what I am talking about, even if my talk is not that convincing to you. So my name is M.F. Farooqi. I am a retired IAS officer of 1978 batch. And after retirement, I was director of RCA Jamia honorary director for 5 years. And I think in those 5 years, the number of successes in IAS, it increased threefold from about 10 to 15 on an average for the previous 3 years before I joined. It eventually became up to 45. So the average was 45, it went up to 49. And we had a third ranker and we had many other very successful boys and girls. In Government of India, I worked as Secretary in Department of Telecommunication. I have worked as Consul General of India about 25 years ago. And I have worked as Chairman of Titan Industries, which is one of the major, of course, watch manufacturer in the country. It's a Tata Group company. But it is now a lifestyle company, and I can take some credit that I was involved in its transformation from being merely a watch company to a lifestyle company. So I have seen how to steer changes in various organizations, and I am very happy to be associated today in whatever limited capacity with the Aligarh Muslim University. Now, you know, I understand that the participants here are mostly engineering students, and many of them actually, जैसे कि प्रोफेसर साहब ने कहा सबसे पहले, परवेज साहब ने, प्रोफेसर परवेज मुस्तफा साहब ने, कि ये अक्सर बच्चे सोचते हैं कि भाई हमारे को कौन लेगा, और इंजीनियरिंग के बच्चों में ये कई बच्चों में मैंने देखा कि दे हैव दिस रिजर्वेशन के यू नो engineering subjects are not scoring, and if I take humanities, I have no exposure to it, so what will I do? So the first thing which I want to tell you is this. I don't know, I mean, this is a problem of digital platform that we cannot be as interactive as I would like. But, you know, I don't know how many of you know, out of the successful candidate in civil services, how many are engineers? It may surprise you to know, at least many of you, that more than 60 and nearly 70% of the successful candidate in civil services in the previous 3 years were engineers. They were not humanities. The humanities among the successful people were only 25%. And the rest, you know, all told, they were, you know, 5 to 10%, that's it. So this is not a surprise to me, because as I was discussing with Mr. Asif Jha, that earlier, you know, it is the parents' pressure, is the parental pressure or need security, job security, which actually guides a child towards engineering option in his, you know, after his +2. So it is not necessarily his best aptitude, is necessarily the first choice as it is. But engineering, for the same reason, attracts the best talent. And Aligarh University, I have no doubt, has got in its engineering faculty, and this has been borne out from what just now was narrated by Professor Pervez, that Aligarh has some of the best students who come out, and that is why in the placement they are at the top. So therefore, first of all, you should all be sure that you have it in you to make it to the civil services. So in terms of your aptitude, in terms of your capabilities, there is nothing lacking. Number two, in some places, in fact, I remember that I was interacting when I was a young probationer with one of your vice chancellors, very illustrious gentleman, who said that many people don't appear for civil services from Aligarh, saying कि भाई हमें कौन लेगा. So तो मैं तो बहुत यंग ही था, खुसरो साहब तो बहुत एक्नॉलेज्ड आदमी थे, और बट ही वाज सेइंग कि अगर वो लोग मेहनत करेंगे तो आएंगे, और ये किसी तरह से उनके दिमाग से हिचक निकालने की बात है. So this I think is true very much even now. You now let us see what is your big advantage. I think the biggest advantage is, apart from, it's not only for engineering but also for all others, the biggest advantage is that Aligarh can offer you the best of both the worlds. It is close to Delhi, so it has access to some of the trends which are available in the competition overall scenario landscape. And it has a very good academic environment, because it's all said and done, it's a very highly rated university of the country. So you are therefore very well placed in all respect. Many of you would be having your room in the hostel. You would be very well settled. So really speaking, I can tell you one thing, that if you put your mind to it, and inshallah, God willing, and if we all have time, I would like to see that by the end of 5 years, at least 50 aspirants every year make it from Aligarh University to civil services exams. 50 at least are successful every year. And to my mind, it is possible. Incidentally, 4 years ago, I had said the same thing in Jamia. And at that time, 50 was a very distant number. We eventually reached up to 49. So this time, I think we have to make this as 50. Now, what does it take? So first of all, the first question is, many people, and I have kind of talked to a number of boys and girls, and especially girls, because their parents, they say कि अच्छा ठीक है, एक साल तुम्हारी खुशी के लिए एक साल दे देते हैं. तो ये कहती हैं कि साहब बस वो एक साल का हमें तो टाइम दिया है हमारे पेरेंट्स ने. तो very often people ask me, how much time does it take? I think this is something which is a degree of, you have to, first, you should have the passion for this, because this is a game of perseverance. This is the game where you should decide that come what may, I have to make it. And then, because what you are doing is, you have done your engineering, after 4 years, you are putting that behind and going in for a new field. So you must have that passion to make it a success. The second thing is, when this question comes, how much time it will take, I will just give you some statistics which will help you. Actually, in the last 2 years for which reliable information is available, only 10%, less than 10%, actually 8% students only were successful in their first attempt. Otherwise, bulk of the students actually succeed in the second, third, or fourth attempt. So second attempt, there was 22% of the successful candidate, 22% were in the second attempt, 25% were having their third attempt, and 25.5% were having their fourth attempt. So first thing, please remember that only 7 to 8% make it in the first attempt. So what is the inference which you draw? As an engineer, you should be able to think logically. The inference is that you have to plan for long haul. You must make your preparation at least, for 2 years. 18 months is the minimum. 18 months to 2 years is the preparation that you must undertake. So first thing you should do is remember that this is going to take time. This needs tenacity. It needs perseverance. It needs planning. And that you will be in this game for 2 years. There will be disappointment, but you will not give it up. This is most important. The second very important thing is, and I find that many people make mistakes on that, because especially you are engineers. So, I told you just now that 70% of the engineers, actually of the successful candidates in the last year for which the authentic information was available, nearly 70% were engineers. But do you know how many of them had actually offered any engineering subject? only about 10%. So the balance, you know, more than 6 times of those who offered engineering subjects, they had offered other subjects. These were the subjects of humanities. And this is another information which you would find very, very useful, that as far as the popularity of subject is concerned, among the successful candidates, the most popular 4 or 5 subjects are geography, sociology, public administration, and I'm going in that order: political science, anthropology, history, philosophy. These are the most popular ones. Now, this is for a particular year. Actually, I saw 2-3 years data, but I'm only the last year for which I was able to get the authentic data. That is what I am relating to you. The variation will be minor, because, for example, it says 14% had offered geography. That year there might have been a big trend for geography. Next year it might have come down. So geography 14%, sociology 13%, public ad 12%, political science 12%, anthropology 8%, history 6%, philosophy 5% of the successful candidates had offered these optionals. So my second and very important advice to you is, take your time while selecting your optional paper, because very few of them are actually going to only go in for engineering subjects. Some would still do. It depends. If you are really one of those who have an aptitude for engineering, please do. There are only I think two papers available, electrical and mechanical. If you want, you opt for them. But otherwise, if you are going out, you must really apply your mind. You must see which subject you want to. And then many people will come and ask others. So many people have approached me. They said, "Kaun sa paper offer kare?" Now, what is the answer to it? The answer is, you should opt that subject for which you have greatest amount of passion or liking. And how would you know? That you would only know if you do some study on your own in advance. So don't go because X has told you that, you know, geography is scoring very well, therefore I have opted geography. No, you do some study on your own, and then you decide which one you. So now I come to, how do you allocate your time? And that is where the answer also lies. You know, you have to, as I said, you have nearly 2 years. So if you have 2 years time, first you must start doing on the general studies. And if you, in general studies, as the first thing, if you read some of the basic books, some basic book of NCERT on history, on geography, on economics, if you read that on constitution, then you would after some time know which one do you like the most. And that is the one which you should go for as far as your this thing is concerned, your optional subject is concerned. Because as you would have seen the numbers for geography, sociology, for political science, for, you know, all these is very much similar, 10 to 12%. There is only philosophy is another one which is coming up, but it's a very abstract subject. Not everybody would. So please, therefore, plan your choice of optional very carefully. Don't think that you can change it any point of time. Also, nobody should think कि इस साल सिर्फ prelims की तैयारी करके बैठ रहे हैं, अगले साल आगे की देखेंगे. No, because the year when you get selected, you have to clear everything in the same year. So you must prepare for your, you know, for everything right from the word go. You should plan your time. You should earmark every day some time for newspaper, for some magazines, for discussion with the friends, and then your own studies. One, I think, thing which you must have already been knowing, and that is, you must know your strengths. Because really speaking, you should try to capitalize on your strength. You must evaluate your strengths carefully. So this is another very, very important thing, because you have to know that is why I said which subject you have your passion for. Now, among the strategies which I think work, this is the basic thing. This is how you decide. Now, the strategy which would work, I think the first thing is you identify a group of 3-4 like-minded students who have similar capabilities, just as your capability, and work together. If you work together, you prepare notes, you can share notes with each other. And always remember, you are not competing with this group of 4. Very often people make this mistake. They think that their competition is with their friend. That is not your competitor. Your real competitor is out there. There are some 1 lakh, 5 lakh people are appearing for the exam. They are your competition. These 4, you should work together. You should work as a team. Please remember that civil services is not only an exam of tenacity, of your intelligence, of your knowledge, it's also an exam of all the other attitudes which a good civil servant must have. And some of them are, his ability to kind of work as a group, his ability to kind of organize to information, knowledge, analyze it, draw inferences from it. And these skills you must try to develop, and this can always be developed in a group. For example, if you see today's farmers' agitation is a very, very hot topic. You are reading something from some newspaper, something from some news channel, and so on. Discuss with your friends. Find out there might be different points. Try to convince each other of your viewpoint. Don't take a biased approach that this is right or this is wrong. Take a reasonable, well-reasoned, well-argued, well-analyzed approach. And if, as a result of well-analyzed approach, you think that the government is right, say that this is so. Or if you think it is partly right, say so. But this is where I think the role of group discussions is very important. So you must do this. Second thing is newspapers. I think a lot of students waste a whole lot of their time reading newspapers almost from first page to the last page. That doesn't help. You should know exactly what you need to know. What you need to know is something on constitutional matters, something on economy, something on current development, something on the current technological development. These are the 4, 5, 6 pages in the newspaper which you must go through very thoroughly. Not that a young boy was stabbed by another boy or somebody was killed, or, that's all waste of time. So please, and when you read it, I think choose a good newspaper. You should not choose any newspaper. I think choose a very good newspaper which has good analytical approach, balanced approach, an approach where it is sometimes speaking pro-government, sometimes also criticizing it, but doing it all in a logical manner. The other thing I would say is writing makes perfect. That's very, very important, because this is an exam. Eventually, it comes down to your speed of writing. So you must make notes. You must give a test series. You should you join some test series after you have done some study, but do join it. And in fact, in Jamia, I had introduced a system of 1-hour test. So the idea was that we found so many students coming to me later after the exam saying that, I mean, वे तो आते तो थे मुझे सब क्वेश्चन, मगर आखिर में मुझे 3 क्वेश्चन का टाइम ही नहीं बचा. So if 3 क्वेश्चन का टाइम नहीं बचा, then you have already lost the race. So we introduced this 1-hour test to make sure that you hit the ground running in the examination hall. So in that 1-hour test, we used to give 7 questions. So you have to finish those 7 questions. You get into the habit of doing 7 questions the first hour in the examination hall. So you do that. I would say that every week you must do 1 essay you should write, and probably once in a week is too difficult right now, but at least do it once in a fortnight. So you will have 24 essays in 1 year you would have written. And for that, it will improve your English, it will improve your... Finally, I would say a very, very important thing. This is perhaps the most important thing, is that your own ability to think. It is not by reading and cramming up that you score marks. You score marks by showing your originality. If out of 20 questions, in 5 questions, you can show that you can actually think differently. And on this particular series of events, or in this particular question, you offered a perspective which was totally different from the perspective offered by everyone else. Then that is where you stand out. If you have done 5 such questions and you have written that nicely, you have underlined that viewpoint. So it is important to think on your own. I have seen so many students who made it, let us say, to one civil service, and then they said that I want to improve the rank, and he is writing again, but the next year he's not selected at all. Why does it happen? It happens because he was really not having that deep knowledge. If you have enough deep knowledge and thinking of your own, then every year you write, every year you will succeed. It can't be that you are completely out. So it is possible that somebody by chance might be successful in a year, but that the luck will not smile on him every time. So what you need to do is to do a lot of thinking of your own. And another thing I would say is be very, very precise in what you write. That is another thing which you can only learn if you practice very hard. So if I have to really sum up this whole thing as to how you have to do what is the mantra, then I would say that the mantra is think, understand, analyze, argue, communicate, persuade, and convince. If you learn all these things, that your answers will have a quality which is different from the quality of everyone else. It is essentially, it is like this, that you are selling a product in the civil services exam. What is that product? That product is you. And you have to tell the UPSC that you are the best guy. And that is only possible if you show that you have all the attributes which the UPSC is looking for. And that's why I said that see what attributes the UPSC looks for and try to develop them. It's not difficult. It sounds abstract. And I will tell you one thing. Anybody who gives you a shortcut, which is many coaching institutions do, they give shortcuts. So the student is very happy because that is what he was looking for. But what he doesn't know is that they are not trying to solve your problem. The coaching institutes survive not because of those students who are successful. The coaching institutes make money on the strength of those students who fail, because they are the ones who will come again. And their number is 490,000. The fellow who are successful are only 1,000. So really speaking, any person who tells you that this is the mantra, you have to do nothing, and the mantra is I am giving you this material, then you read and mug up this material and you will be successful. He is only trying to make a fool of you. So please remember this. Please work as a team. Please make use of reading room facilities. Do a lot of reading, but much more of writing also, and do a lot of thinking. And I definitely wish you all the success in this exam as well as in any other exam that you take. And thank you very much for listening so patiently. And if there are any questions, I think half an hour's time was given to me. I have finished exactly in half an hour. And now if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to take it.
Thank you, sir. Just to take some questions from the students, I request if Imran Salim Saab is there, he can address the students, the director of Residential Coaching Academy. Imran sir. And after that, Sufyan Saab will speak, and then we will take questions.
Okay.
So I request Imran Salim Saab, if he has joined us.
Imran Saab is there. Sufyan sir,
Sir, if you are there, please address the students.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. It is really a welcome step to have organized this program and to have invited Farooqi Sahab, who is so experienced, who is an IAS officer himself, and who has actually seen the coaching academy of Jamia progressing leaps and bounds under his able leadership. So I congratulate our Dean of the Faculty of Engineering, Professor Parvez Mustajab Sahab, for having organized this program. On this occasion, I would request all the students to take this today's lecture very seriously and then plan your progress through the preparations for the competitive exams very seriously. This is an age of competition. If we do not compete, we won't be able to survive. So it is very important that we have the competitive spirit in ourselves. A lot of good tips have already been given by Farooqi Sahab, and I'm very sure that he'll keep helping us and helping our students for the larger, sake of the community, for the larger sake of the sister university. Jamia Millia and Aligarh Muslim University, they have so many things in common. So we will definitely keep drawing his help. But to the students, perseverance is the key. You have to be focused. You don't have to lose hope. You don't have to lose focus. You don't have to, get desperate. There may be a few trials to be taken, although we wish that you are able to succeed in the very first trial itself. But then if you have to take more trials, that should not deter you from focusing on the preparations for the competitive exams and the administrative exams. So you have to continue working hard and you have to give your best forward. It shouldn't be a half-hearted effort. Okay, if I do this, I'll be able to succeed. If I don't do this, I'll go back and do that. That is not the proper approach. We have to burn our boats if we have to succeed in this exam. Do not look anywhere else if you have to succeed in the competitive exams. My father, who was a professor of electrical engineering, he used to tell me and give me good tips. He used to tell me that when you have to prepare, you have to study. You have to be like a horse which is put in a carriage. If you see a horse which is put in a carriage, they put an eye shade on both the eyes of the horse. Why is that? That is to keep that horse focused on the path it is moving. If you remove that eye shade, the horse will keep looking here and there and will lose the path that it is riding upon, and it might get into the fields, it might get into, the traffic coming from the opposite direction or whatever. So in order to keep it focused, जैसे घोड़े के बांध देते हैं आंख के ऊपर, वो लगा रहता है, आपने देखा होगा, वैसा लगाकर आपको तैयारी करनी है कि दुनिया की और कोई चीज नहीं देखनी है, दुनिया की और कोई चीज से सरोकार नहीं है. I was just, listening to an interview by our badminton player. So Sindhu, she was saying, we all know that she got the silver medal in the badminton in the last Olympics. She said that I did not touch the mobile phone, or I didn't go on social media for the last 8 months. And she was saying that it was not just to keep me away from being distracted, but also to give me a message that I have to do something big at the Olympics. Whenever I used to approach towards the cell phone, I used to draw my hands back, and that was a reminder to me that I have to prepare well. So this was just an example. Idea ये है कि ठीक है, आपको अगर ऑनलाइन एड यूज करने की जरूरत पड़ेगी तो आप टैब या लैपटॉप या सेल फोन यूज करेंगे, लेकिन that should not take you too far. Distractions नहीं होने चाहिए. It should not be as a matter of distraction. It should be more as a matter of learning aid, and that's it. You have to stop after looking at whatever lecture, whatever video you're watching. You have to stop then and there. A minute extra will take you a bit too long. तो अगर वाकई आपका दिल और माइंड इसमें है तो कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स की तैयारी पूरे दिल से कीजिए, आधे दिल से मत कीजिए, एंड गिव योर बेस्ट and try to bring laurels to the family, to the university, to your friends, to your teachers and everyone. You are the hope for all of us. So try to take it very seriously and try to work very hard. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity for this, short address. And I'm really thankful to all the students and all the participants and all the speakers. And I wish all the students are very best in all their endeavors towards the competitive exams. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sufyan bhai. Imran bhai has some network problems, so we'll see if he can speak later. We can take up questions. And Sufyan bhai, be there. I mean, there'll be questions to you and Parvez sir also, because they'll be directly expecting what all engineering college can do. First question, please.
Sir, the first question which is here is from a medical student, Ibtisam Sarwar. Sir, he is asking that how he can prepare while preparing for their PG students. So this is from basically from medical side, but if you can want to answer this question.
Well, one thing I can do, I mean, I have been also seeing from the chat some of these questions. So maybe, or okay, you put the question and I'll answer. So the medical students, first thing I would say that by and large, I have seen that many medical students actually take medical science as their option. So I think that is one advantage they have, and they tend to kind of do well on their medical science this thing. But as this question was being typed and I was reading it on the chat, at the same time I was also hearing what Professor Sufyan Beg Sahab was saying, that you must focus on one thing at a time. So I would say that I don't want to discourage you from writing your this exam entrance for postgraduate, but I think there is a lot of merit in what Professor Sufyan Beg Sahab was saying, that you should focus on one of the two. If you try to do both, it will be very difficult. But as far as I can see, parallelly this work, quite a lot of work can go parallelly. But at some stage you have to make a tough choice. I have actually coached and seen many students who were, in fact, one of them, I'm forgetting his name, who was selected last year. He was actually working as a doctor. So many have made it like this, but you have to work very hard then. And you take medical as your subject.
Okay, sir. So the next question is that somebody wants to take Urdu as its optional subject. So what do you have to say about it?
Yeah, many people take Urdu as their optional. It is it's not really a problem. I think that he should go ahead with that, and if he wants to do. But the issue will be only this: you should first identify who is going to be, who is going to teach you Urdu, because I can tell you that 50 selected students in the year 2017 they had Urdu as an option, and 40 in 2018. So it is not as if among the languages, Urdu is one of the languages people take it as it has potential. But identify somebody who is a good teacher merely because you think that your mother tongue is Urdu, therefore you will do well in Urdu. That will not happen. But otherwise, you can take it.
Sir, there are many questions which are related to that. Students are saying that we have a lot of material around us. We know bits and pieces about this UPSC preparation, but how to make our own notes and from where to start? That is the very big question that beginners have.
Okay, that is to my mind, it is a very good question. It's a genuine question, because the problem, unlike our times when the problem was where to get the study material, it was now today the problem is the problem of plenty. There is so much study material available, and it is such a big waste of time that if anybody wants to read, and this is the business of the coaching institutes, so they would always try to do this. So if I have to give advice, I would say that for any subject, even for current affairs, let us say current affairs has components like history, geography, constitution, so for every part of it, take one standard textbook. In fact, somebody raised a question. He said, I think he's already aware that NCERT is a good beginning point, and I also mentioned this in my talk. So other than that, and that is the first beginning point, but then take one standard text on history and on one standard text in geography and make that your base, and your first note should be prepared based on that. Thereafter, if when you are revising, and I will tell you one more thing, every revision, it is better to make fresh notes, and every fresh note should be roughly 1/3 of your original note or the previous note. So really, if you have revised it 2 times, then you should, after second revision, your note should be just 10% of your original note. And after the third revision, it should be just 3% of your original note. If you have done 3 revisions, and that is what it helps, because then on the day of exam, you're basically looking at some 20 pages. You're not looking at hundreds of pages. So that is about revision. But so your first note should be prepared with a standard textbook. After that, you would start writing some exams. You would also be kind of seeing what kind of questions are asked, and then you will know which are the other ways by which you can supplement this note. Then you start looking to supplement that. If you start doing a process कि मैं इस हर हिस्ट्री के अंदर मैं 10 बुक कंसल्ट करके हर एक सब्जेक्ट के ऊपर, मुगल्स के ऊपर या अकबर के ऊपर, इनका काम बहुत अच्छा है, फलां पे उनका काम बहुत अच्छा है, और वो सब से करूंगा, then you will never get to the end of it. So the practical thing is, take one good text. The text should be reasonably good. It doesn't have to be the best book. I think you can make your own choice. I mean, of course, if there is more time or some other occasion, some other this thing, one can even look at those details, and I'm sure RCA can even communicate to you a list of standard text. But make your own choice.
Sir, there is one question from Mudassir. He is asking
Kanak
that
is also.
What should be the optional subject for an engineering student?
Same Kanak is also asking.
Kanak is also asking the same question. Kanak Sharma, that I am a mechanical engineer.
No, I think one of them said it is already that mechanical engineering is available as an option or something. No. Okay. You know, if you are only looking as to what should be the option, I think Kanak had said that if I opt for mechanical engineering as an optional subject, will this platform help us? Because no proper coaching provides guidelines related to this. That was her question. But anyway,
I will answer this.
so let me answer both the questions. First question I had actually answered in my talk. I said that if you are an engineer and you don't think that you would like to opt for engineering as a subject, then there are 4 or 5 humanities subjects which are most popular. Those subjects are like geography, political science, sociology, public ad, and history and philosophy. So you identify out of these which one you like the most. Don't go by this kind of conventional thing कि ये तो बहुत score हो रहा है इसमें. And there are people who change कि इस 2 साल से सब पब्लिक एड में नंबर बहुत खराब आए, इसलिए मैंने बदल के ज्योग्राफी ले लिया। तो वो ऐसे जो है, आई हैव ऑलवेज बीन वेरी स्केप्टिकल ऑफ द chances and potential of such students. Some of them have been successful also, but you see which one you like the most. Because my other part of my talk was that you should be able to think originally and creatively on that subject. So only something which you like, you will be able to do that. So you have to make your choice.
Okay, sir, there is some question which are related to the structure of exams. So, sir, briefly, if you can elaborate on that, how prelims when you have to write, then mains, how many papers you want to have. This is asked by some student.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I think there must be some young student who would have joined recently. Okay, no, it's like this. There is one is the one is an aptitude part, which for engineering students generally is good, but you should be able. You only need to pass that. Then, as far as the prelim, it has really three main parts. One is prelims, that is preliminary exam. It is a multiple choice questions. The second is the main exam, which is descriptive type, and the third is interview. In prelims exam, it sounds very simple, but it becomes very difficult, because if there are four choices, they will first make a statement, and then they will say, with the reference to this statement, look at the following other statements. एक XYZ, फिर B कुछ और लिखा होगा, C, and then they will say कि A and C are true, A and B are true, B and D are true, all are true, none is true. So it becomes, so what you need is a very nuanced understanding, number one. Number two is, as a science student, you should be knowing that if the negative marking is there is a certain, if you have a certain level of certainty, you can take a chance. If you are not 100% sure, but you are 90% sure, you can take a chance. So really speaking, if by eliminating the other options or by any other means, you have become 90% sure, 75% sure, then it is better to take a chance. So really speaking, in prelims, that is the trick. In mains, most important thing is your speed of writing. And because what happens is, you have so much of knowledge. Every good student who is appearing for civil services, he can write on that one question for 2 hours. He has that much of knowledge, but he is supposed to actually finish that question in just 7 minutes. That is the time which is allotted to him, 7 or 8 minutes. So your ability is to, out of all the knowledge that you have in that subject, to identify which is relevant, to put it in the right priority, and to put it in a very concise way. And as I said in my talk earlier, you should try to introduce a viewpoint which is uniquely yours. Because if in 5 questions you have introduced that uniquely your own viewpoint, then that shows your thinking and analytical ability.
Some of the students can unmute and ask the questions.
Yes, please be free. The language is not bar. आप हिंदी में पूछें, उर्दू में पूछें, आप जरूर पूछें, और क्वेश्चंस सर यहाँ पे मौजूद हैं, और आप अनम्यूट करें अपने आप को, और जो भी आपका सवाल है वो फ्रैंकली पूछें, में आप घबराएं नहीं. You can ask in any of the language in which you are comfortable.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Myself, Kanak Sharma from Mechanical Engineering, ZHCT. Sir, as we know that the UPSC is year by year becoming more dynamic instead of static. Yeah, so sir, I just want to know how can we have a hold on current affairs?
Yeah, I saw your question. You had asked this in writing as well.
Yes, sir.
You see, the important thing is, again, the newspaper. Because everything, even in history, your observation is very right. In history, there are 2 parts. There is one part of history which is static, and there is one part of history which is dynamic. So, for example, if Padmavati became an issue, then that is there is a some part of it is dynamic, it is currently relevant, or whether who had actually won in the Haldigati battle. Now the facts, there are a whole lot of facts which are static, but there are something which people keep adding, and all, so that is it is currently relevant. But also, even in a subject as if I may say, something which ought to be so static like history, even there many things, the perceptions change, because with the new scientific tools, with the genetic tools, with the tools of archaeological studies. So important thing is that you read the newspaper very critically, and from newspaper you will know which are the things in this subject which are actually of current importance. And I think there are many other tools which are related tools. What international conferences are taking place, what is, supposing some dispute is happening, let's say on Israel, so you know that this has become currently. So important thing is, and this is an important attribute of an IAS officer. An IAS officer must be alert to his surrounding. So as I was saying that, you should have all the attributes which UPSC looks for. So this alertness while you read the newspaper will help you to identify topics which might be important.
Yes, please. Any other question from any other of the students? Please be quick and ask.
Good evening, sir. Hello.
Yeah, please introduce and go ahead.
Sir, for those of us who are while in college preparing, how much time should we give for the NCERT's preparation and the basic books?
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, Rohi, first of all, college means, I mean, I want to understand which is BS.
Sir,
You're
second
doing
year, sir.
BTech.
Yes, sir, BTech.
BTech. Okay. So actually, I will tell you, and in fact, if those who are, in, let us say, second or third year of BTech, they are, I think, very, very well placed, and I would be very surprised. I'm pretty much sure that they should be successful. They can make it. So now the question is, how much time? Really speaking, in BTech, or even for that matter, I've done MSc Physics. So it's not as if I don't have an idea of science subjects. So even with that, there will always be time. And what you need to do is like this. You identify which part of your study requires deep concentration. Maybe right now your BTech study requires greater concentration. So you do that at that time, which is really a very high productivity time for you. But then you have an extra time, and then you can identify, let's say, an NCERT book of geography, and you say that 2 subjects you can take at a time, so that to break monotony. And you can fix a target in a week, that this week I will do 1 chapter or 2 chapters. Whatever you can do conveniently. So really speaking, without getting too much hassled, you should be able to cover this, for your first brief introduction to all the current affair things, of the general studies things. You can easily cover in about 6 to 8 months time, along with your BTech studies.
Yes, any other question? If any of the students, कोई और सवाल आप पूछना चाहें?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, please introduce and then ask the question.
My name is Nitya, and I'm currently second year BS. Yes, sir. So currently I am second year BSc nursing student. I'm studying in JIPMER. Sir, my question is that I have a lack of confidence. Like I was unable to crack NEET, so I wanted to do, I wanted to crack this entrance, but जैसे पापा बोलते हैं कि ये नहीं NEET नहीं निकला तो UPSC कैसे हो पाएगा? तो I have a lack of confidence, sir. तो मैं बस ये पूछना चाहती हूँ, should I go for it? क्या मुझे ये करना चाहिए? क्या मैं इसमें सक्सेस हो पाऊंगी या नहीं?
नहीं, अच्छा, तो आपको देखिए नित्या, सबसे पहली चीज तो मैं आपको ये बताऊं कि कोई आदमी एक एग्जाम में नीट में निकला या नहीं निकला, उससे ये तय नहीं होता है कि वो सिविल सर्विसेज में निकलेगा या नहीं निकलेगा, क्योंकि हर बच्चा अलग वक्त पे ब्लॉसम होता है। कुछ बच्चे जो हैं वो शुरू में दे डू वेरी पुअरली इन एग्जाम्स एंड दे आर नॉट अ गुड स्टूडेंट्स इन देयर अर्ली लाइफ, बट इन द एंड दे बिकम वेरी वेरी गुड। सो सबसे पहली बात तो ये। दूसरी चीज ये कि आपके शाई होने से या आपके बहुत वो होने से उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है। एंड इफ यू वर्क हार्ड, you see the very fact you are doing medicine in Japan. What are you doing? Oh, we can't get back to her. So the very fact that you have reached up to this level shows that you have basic material to make it to civil services.
BSc nursing, sir.
BSc nursing. Okay.
BSc nursing, sir.
Okay. You can make it. Let me give you an example of a girl. Her name is Pooja Kumari. She has done BSc pharmacy. Okay. She was and very shy girl. She is today our IFS officer, Indian Foreign Service officer, and so I have an exact example which matches with your profile. She has done BSc pharmacy, and I'll tell you one more thing. She was working when she came to us in Jamia. She was working as a dot worker. Dot worker are those who are paid 8,000 rupees a month for as a salary, and their job is to remind the TB patients not to miss their TB treatment. So she was working as a dot worker, and she eventually worked hard, and she's today an officer of Indian Foreign Service. You can check up her name in the on the Google, Pooja Kumari. You can definitely make it. If you want to do it, you will have to work hard. There is nothing that you can't do.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Bataiye, Asif.
Sir, my name is Asif, and I am in third year of BTech course. Sir, my
Thank you,
question is
sir.
regarding
Thank you so
current
much,
affairs.
sir.
Sir, is it better to read current affairs at the beginning or to make foundation first? To build the foundation and read just books like Lakshmikant, Shri Ram IS, Shankar. Is it better to make foundation first and then read current affairs, or to start current affairs from the very beginning?
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand your question. Can you come again?
Sir, my question is regarding current affairs. Is it better to read current affairs from the very beginning or to make foundation first? Build the foundation just like read books Lakshmikant, Shankar IS, or to study current affairs from the very beginning?
नहीं, देखिए ऐसा है कि मैंने आपसे शुरू में भी कहा कि लक्ष्मीकांत कौन? लक्ष्मीकांत भारती की बात कर रहे हैं? किसकी बात कर रहे हैं?
लक्ष्मीकांत पॉलिटिकल साइंस। लक्ष्मीकांत भारती है सर।
हाँ, ओके। सो देखिए ऐसा है कि I would say that if you want to make a beginning, I mentioned this also in my talk, that first of all you take NCERT books. These are simple books, and these will give you a broad overview. You are still in third year. You have still time. So you should actually target that before the end of this year, or let's say in 6 months' time. I mentioned this in some other questions also. In 6 months' time, you should aim to finish this first round of reading of these 4-5 NCERT books. And you can also note on this. So your basic will be, but the next step, you must go to a standard text. One standard text you must always read.
Yes, sir. Thanks, sir.
Okay.
Imran Salim Saab is there. Imran Salim Saab is there, sir. There are a lot of questions concerning RCA also. If you can address that. Professor Imran Salim Saab, Director RCA. He says he is there, but let me just see where is he. Anyways, Parvez sir, there is a question that
वो आ गए हैं, वो इमरान सलीम साहब थे, अभी दिख रहे थे.
anyways, he'll join. In the meantime, there is a question concerning IES and RCA connectivity. So if Parvez sir could help out.
इमरान सलीम साहब आ गए हैं. अस्सलाम वालेकुम इमरान साहब, आप म्यूट, आपका म्यूट है, आपका बटन म्यूट है, उसको ऑन कीजिए.
Some connectivity problem in between.
जी sir, now you are there sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, I request you sir कि आप थोड़ा सा सर लड़कों को एड्रेस कर दें कि what is RCA, because many of the students still have confusion कि यहाँ पे क्या होता है, हम कैसे ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. और यहाँ
RCA is something which is in the first place, it is an institution of the university itself. So that's very important. We have all the facilities of whether it is, I mean, this year I'm trying to ensure that we will keep the library open for 24 hours. Primarily, we provide program for CS, civil services, as well as judiciary.
Imran Sahab had some connectivity issue. Parvez sir is there. Parvez sir can answer their questions related to IES, Indian Engineering Services, and now the student believe that you are doing something for the IES, so they think what's our take on IES, Indian Engineering Services?
Thank you, Asif. As far as the engineering services examinations are concerned, from our point of view, last year what we did, we provided training for GATE GATE examination training, but unfortunately that training didn't prove out to be very fruitful. But this year we can work out the provision with the RCA to arrange the training for engineering services also. I think the Zaid is there, and then Zaid and he can discuss anything that he wants from us. We can together work out a solution for the students to take up this engineering services training. So as of now, as Professor Imran Salim was going to tell, that they are having only engineering services training, and the other one, that civil, I think the
Judiciary.
other one and judiciary. These are the two things, but we can always request him to add a third dimension in the form of engineering services there. So right now we have not decided. So this question has come just now. We can work it out and then come back with the students regarding.
This is because there are already more than 100 students who have shown interest for Indian Engineering Services. So Zaid will work out, I think.
Right.
At RCA. Thank you, sir. Any other question?
Let's work out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There is something, sir. I will
work it out and then.
Yes, sir. I will discuss it with you soon. Let's see if it is beneficial to students.
Any other questions?
Right.
ये एक क्वेश्चन मिस्टर मोहम्मद अजमल खान पूछ रहे हैं बार-बार. वो is he available? Can he?
Ajmal, are you there?
He's asking whether please tell us about subjects. So I don't know. I had already told, but I will just, for the sake of his this thing, I'll just repeat. I mentioned that engineering students, less than 10% actually take engineering as a subject, and most of them take as subjects like geography, sociology, political science, philosophy, history, and public ad. And the most popular ones are generally and anthropology. And these are the ones which are relatively more popular, but eventually you should not go only by what is popular, but by what interests you. So that is what my answer was.
Okay, Purti, you have asked that question that when the classes will expect a start in RCA for civil services, probably from 1st January, Purti, you will be given access to the online classes, and you can uh, you can join all these classes. We are starting our batches for the prelims very soon. The entrance examination is already held, so you can join, and we have already have a WhatsApp group, and you can contact me. I will facilitate you in all this for this. Rishabh, you have asked how can I join RCA for engineering services?
The same question is
Rishabh, this is already asked by Dean sir. If few days you may have to wait. We are working on the modalities how we can because it will not be for from we can give access first to our final year students, and for second and third year we will have these kinds of guidance lecture. And the IES engineering services examination is a bit you can say very different from the main services examination, because here from second, third and final year you have to go through all the subjects for before writing that examination. So for that we can allow students from third year, but nevertheless we will have a separate session for engineering services. And but the civil services part, which is also now part of CSAT part, that is aptitude, reasoning, English, is also now included in engineering services. So that will be provided by RCA, which will be common to the civil services as well as engineering services. So all the online lectures will be available to the engineering services aspirants also. Pratiksha is asking what is the procedure for joining RCA. RCA has an entrance test, Pratiksha, which you have to give if you are in final year. Can general community people can join, or only a minority community? Anybody can join as far as
girls of any community can join. Then there is SC and
I think there is some scholarship issue that is for the minorities and other classes. But as far as I know, that anyone can join. Okay, sir, this is the RCA test is already taken, Ajmal. Forms was available way back. It was held a few days back, so you can try for next year. But nevertheless, all the online materials, and we will see if library is also available for you. We will also get in touch. But entrance is already been done.
But in that case, Imran Saab is working out so that he can help the students who are already studying. So who are studying, they already have hostels. So that's not an issue for RCA that to give you the hostel. So that we'll see how this can be worked out, so that you can have access to all the classes, online classes plus library and other facilities.
The only thing we want all the students who have joined, more than 80 students joined, is that that was the vision and idea of respected Dean Saab also, that we want students who are very, very sincere and serious. It's not that you have joined one webinar and then after some time you get into some other things and you left preparation. So we want for engineering services also and for administrative services also, we want the students with very clear vision, and all the things which are there in our university, RCA engineering college, we will try our best to provide you, including library. Obviously these are troubled times now, and the things are not going as per our plan few months back, but hopefully inshallah from January onwards we will have some kind of offline activity. Let's see if the situation improves, we can have it. So I think, sir, there is no more questions now.
There'll be complete integration of activities as far as engineering college is concerned, and Zaid is doing a wonderful exercise. There's already a WhatsApp group in order, so most of the students are connected from there, and it's almost 90 students more than, I mean, some left, some were there. So I think more than 100 students have participated. That's really a good number, Farooqi sir and Dean sir. And inshallah, what I believe ki will have result, and this is just a beginning. So this is just a beginning. So you have the best person to start, and this was a wonderful session. sir, I don't know how to thank you, Farooqi sir, and the initiative that Dean sir has taken, and Zaid and we worked out. Imran sir was also involved, and Sufyan sir also, we involved him, and in future we'll involve him as well because he has been a good motivator, my senior also. So I believe we'll have result, and we'll have, inshallah, in next 2-3 years, we'll have result from the engineering college as well as from the AMU also. And if anybody else also wants to connect, he can contact Zaid. And
Yeah, my number is there on website.
This is open for all universities, because I'm seeing there are students from apart from AMU also. So if they want to connect, they can connect with us. No doubt, we are there to help you. We are there to take country forward, and we are there to provide the best brains to the country so that everything is in order, inshallah. So thank you, sir. And Farooqi sir, if we have to say anything, and Parvez sir, final words from you.
Thank you, Farooq Saab. It was such a wonderful session from you. It was very informative, and I think the comments from the students, they have really appreciated what you have said, and many of the misconceptions have been cleared out by you, and hopefully the students will take full advantage of it. And we expect that you will continue your guidance for our students in future too, and hopefully with your guidance we'll be able to crack many examinations and many prestigious examinations like civil services or engineering services. So thank you very much once again for sparing your time, valuable time, and we expect you to be with us in future as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Let's end it.
Okay, sir. We are closing then. You can all the participants can leave, and then we will be connecting, sir, more, so that if we have any problem, at least once in a month, I will try that we can have some specific sessions, because it was a general one. It was a general one to be more specific and to the point, and we will have again contact you. आपको सर दोबारा ज़हमत देंगे?
नहीं, मैं तो मुझे बहुत खुशी हुई परवेज साहब से भी मिल करके, and I was so happy to see how enthusiastic he is. और ये इंजीनियरिंग के तो बच्चे, मुझे लगता है ग्रेट पोटेंशियल है इनका, और अगर इनको आप बढ़ावा देंगे तो आप देखिएगा कि इंडियन इंजीनियरिंग सर्विसेज में भी और सिविल सर्विसेज में भी, दोनों में ये बहुत नाम रोशन करेंगे यूनिवर्सिटी का। इन लोगों को बस ये एक सिर्फ चिंगारी दिखानी है। There is a lot of material in them.
They're all thanking you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we are leaving, sir.
Okay. Okay. Bye.